Who the heck are you then, sir?
I am Peter Greyling. I'm the Development Director here at Christian Heritage.
And what does that mean? What do you do? What's Christian Heritage all about?
Christian Heritage's strapline is to recover the past influences of constructive Christianity, to challenge the present atheistic and agnostic viewpoints with the secular onslaught that there is at the moment, and then also to help to shape the future with giving Christians a hope that they have in Christ.
Do you think that the church is relevant to the 21st century?
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely do believe that.
In what way could we improve?
Well, I think the challenge that we've had is that in the past, many churches have become very pietistic, and that their faith, although very genuine, is from the heart only, and instead of the heart and mind. And we're called as Christians to worship God with all our heart, soul, and mind. And with the pietistic influence, many Christians have not been able to defend their faith because so often when the gospel is communicated, it is proclaimed well, but there are no reasons for the faith. And today's world, people want to know why you believe just as much as they want to know what you believe. So it's terribly important that we be able to give a defense of the faith, and this is what our apologetics ministry is based on here at Christian Heritage.
Biblical illiteracy in this country is very high at the moment, and certainly biblical illiteracy in the church ain't too good either. You obviously think the Bible's very important. How can we better communicate the truth of God's word then?
This has to be done both on an individual basis and done in a group setting as well. And we continue to reach out to the young people in the city here. We have Life in the Round sessions where we have topical subjects such as the influence of Christianity in the 18th and 19th century on Western civilization. And we also have an internship program where we aim to equip the young Christian graduates in the art of persuasive evangelism.
Haven't we been instructing our converts, as it were, Christians in the church from the scriptures, though? Haven't we, especially in the conservative evangelical side, been real good at unpacking the scriptures?
I do not think that. I think there's always room for improvement. And if you think of the Apostle Paul, when he was in Greece, he reasoned with the people. And I think the ability to reason with unbelievers or agnostics is very important. And we can certainly brush up on our skills on that. This is what we attempt to do here as well.
So is preaching dead, or does it simply need to become much more apologetic?
In our view, it should become more apologetic. There are very, very great preachers around, and we just have to overcome the barriers that people have to embracing the faith.
As people are, some might suggest, a little bit more illiterate across the board, people might even suggest, as we've dumbed down society a little bit, doesn't apologetic preaching limit itself, narrow itself substantially to places like Cambridge, Oxford, other educational cities?
I know many will say you cannot argue somebody into the kingdom, but on the other hand, I have yet to know somebody who's been loved into the kingdom. It's a supernatural act to become a believer, and all we attempt to do is to demolish those barriers to embracing the faith.
That's interesting. Can I just repeat that back? Have you never met anybody that's been loved into the kingdom? That's quite revolutionary for someone to say that.
Well, it's certainly a very important part, but I think there isn't one person who's said, I have become a believer simply because what the other person has said has loved me into the kingdom. I don't think they can see the light of Christ in the life of the person, but I don't think actual love is the final factor that brings them into the kingdom.
The great push in evangelical Christianity in the United Kingdom at the moment is to show people that we love them by social works, for example, some people might say an overemphasis on the social gospel.
Yes.
You don't think that's working?
No, I think that the two should go hand in hand. There should be a lot of that in addition to deepening our faith, and there certainly is a great amount of illiteracy, but on the other, biblical illiteracy. But I do think that one should not, when it comes to matters of faith, academia don't necessarily have the final say in it, and that's very important for all people to recognize.
You've been fantastic, so I've just got one final question for you. Do you think Britain is broken, and if so, who broke it?
No, I think the church here is still very well rooted, as opposed to many other countries where the Christian faith is a mile wide and an inch deep, and so I have a lot of confidence still here.
Listen, thank you so much for this interview, and God richly bless you.
Thank you very much.